Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well and teach well. And peace and blessings to the elect of Israel out there that's pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. Alright, this lesson is going to be about proper balance and getting energy throughout the day, something to mix into your daily routine or mix up your daily routine. All right. And to really just get more energy and fight that lazy demon and that sleep demon and that disorganized demon, and basically bring proper balance to your everyday life. All right. And there's a lot that goes into that, but I'm gonna start by reading these scriptures real quick. All right, Matthew 7:7, it says, "Ask and it shall be given you; seek and ye shall find; knock and it shall be opened unto you." All right, and this is very important. If you're looking to fight these demons and get energy throughout your day. All right, it starts with prayer. All right, because it starts, anything given to you, it's given by the Most High. All right, so first and foremost, you want to start off your day by praying, or before you go to bed, you pray. Matthew 17:21, "Howbeit this kind goeth not out, but by prayer and fasting." All right, so. And fasting also has its benefits, health benefits. It helps reset your metabolism. It's a cleansing process of your body and your mind. And it also shows the Most High that you're serious about your prayer, whatever you're praying about. It's showing the Most High that, I don't care about anything else. I'm trying to connect with you. I'm putting my pleasures aside and I'm focusing on pleasing you. Another thing too is proper rest. All right, this is your average rest cycle or your sleep cycle. Your non-REM sleep, and REM stands for rapid eye movement. You have 3 stages in non-REM: light, intermediate, and deep. Light, that's when you're drifting off or whatever. Intermediate is like, you're getting in a deeper sleep, and deep, of course, being, the hardest to wake out of. That's when it takes, someone to like push on you and shove you. And the percentages of that is how much time is spent in those cycles. And then REM, rapid eye movement, this is where your dreams happen. This, like if you ever seen somebody sleeping and somebody's eyes are moving really fast, that's how you know that they're dreaming. Alright, and during these non-REM sleep, that's when that's when your body is calming down. Your heart rate, it drops lower, and you're breathing really slow, and your mind isn't active, and that's when your body is being reset. And this is vital for muscle growth. After a good workout or a strenuous day, this part of sleep is vital for muscle regrowth. And then REM sleep is for your neurological or your brain. This is when those feel-good chemicals start releasing from your brain. Your heart rate starts to rise, and your dreams are happening. And this cycle, this whole cycle lasts from about 75 to 90 minutes. So you might go through 3 to 5 cycles a night, and and this is very important. Whenever you wake up, you want to naturally wake up out of a dream state or REM sleep, because that's when, your mind is being active and your heart rate is up. Um, and that's when it's most natural to wake up. Uh, it's also very natural to wake up when the sun rises, because the sun has to play an effect with a chemical in your body called uh, melatonin, I think, is what it's called. Uh, and that has to do with the sun when it's going down. That's when you get sleepy, and then when it comes up, that's when you want to rise with the sun. But we're in Babylon, so of course this this devil makes you wake up very early in the morning and makes you book it to the plantation. So sometimes you might have to wake up before that sleep cycle finishes, or before you wake up during deep sleep rather than REM sleep. And the reason why you don't want to hit the snooze button right when you wake up is because if you snooze off for about 10 minutes or what have you, your body will go back, or your mind will go back into this sleep cycle, all right? And it doesn't last 75 to 90 minutes when you're awake. Your body enters, or your mind enters sleep inertia, which is that grogginess feeling, that tired and slothful, anxious feeling, and it takes like 4 hours, I believe, to shake that feeling. And the only way to, or I shouldn't say only way, but one of the few ways, the only practical way to shake that feeling is to take a cold shower. And I suggest you take a cold shower anyways, even if you do wake up during the dream state, because cold showers have a lot of benefits. You can do a lesson just on cold showers because it gets you out of your comfort zone. It spikes that adrenaline, that fight or flight, and it kind of gets you out of your comfort zone, and it's a good start to your day. And these are some scriptures on sleep that I'm gonna read real quick. Job 33:15 says, "In a dream and a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men, and sealeth their instructions." All right, so sleep is very spiritual too. You might have spiritual dreams, and that's also when the Most High writes your instructions, for the day, And another thing too is if you're sleep deprived, if you're REM sleep deprived, if you don't get proper dreams, or if you don't get that proper cycle, you can end up hallucinating. And if you don't believe me, if you stay up, 2 to 3 days without sleep, your visions will actually, or your dreams will actually start to play out, kind of similar to sleep paralysis, but your body won't be paralyzed. You can look it up on YouTube if you don't believe me, or try it out for yourself, but I'm warning you, don't do it. But the blood is off my hands now. If you do want to try it, be my guest. But I suggest you not try it. But another thing about dreams, this is Sirach 34:1. It says, "The hopes of a man void of understanding are vain and false, and dreams lift up fools." Alright, so dreams can also be misleading, so don't put your full trust into your dreams or whatever, because some dreams don't mean anything, so I wouldn't stress out about trying to interpret a dream or anything. Jumping down to verse 5, it says, "Divinations and soothsayings and dreams are vain, and the heart fancieth a woman's heart in travail." Verse 6, if they be not sent from the Most High in thy visitation, set not thy heart upon them. And that heart, you know, Hebrew word for heart means lob, which also means mind. So don't dwell upon these things if they're not sent from the Most High. You know, an example of that too is like, you know, I've had spiritual dreams, and I've also had dreams where I took the mark of the beast. You know, but that's also playing into the Most High writing instructions in my mind when I'm sleeping, because that dream of me taking the mark of the beast instilled fear in me, and I was like, okay, I don't want that to happen, you know. And those spiritual dreams of me being delivered, that instilled motivation for me to keep doing what I'm doing. So if, you know, but and then some dreams, you know, don't really add up. You know, they're just really weird. You know, like you're talking to goats or whatever. Or the dream Peter had, you know, of him eating abominable foods. You know, the carnal side to that was he was going off because he was eating abominations. But the spiritual side to it was, you know, the Most High was telling him, hey, don't call something unclean that I've called clean, because he went to go meet Cornelius, who was an Israelite foreigner. All right. Another thing is try new things. All right, because this gets you out of your comfort zone. You know, it helps with your creativity, and you know, whenever you're more creative and get out of your comfort zone more, you know, it releases those feel-good chemicals from your brain, and it also releases like a feeling of accomplishment, you know, kind of like overcoming your fears, kind of effect. I'm going to read Sirach 34:9. It says, a man that hath traveled knoweth many things, and he that hath much experience will declare wisdom. He that hath no experience knoweth little, but he that hath traveled is full of prudence. Alright? Because, you know, whenever you try new things, you get more experience, and you experience stuff that, you know, can't really verse 11, it says, when I traveled I saw many things, and I understand more than I can express. You know, so I mean, there's certain things that it's hard to put into words. You know, it's kind of like whenever you try to tell a story, and it, you know, people don't laugh or people don't get it, it's like, oh, well, you kind of had to be there. It's kind of like that when you try new things. You know, and this, just some hobbies, fish, carpentry, video games, movies, and for brothers that might already do these things, you know, like if you already fish, you know, fish in a new place. If you already do carpentry, you might make tables. Well, try making something else. Try making a chair. If you play video games, you might play sports games. Try mixing in a few adventure games or whatever. If you like a certain genre of movies, try a different genre. If you exercise, you know, you might lift weights, try running more. Try different foods, as long as they're lawful, of course. Try different spices, herbs, so on and so forth. And that brings me to my next thing, exercise and diet. Alright, and I broke it down into two categories, you know, just to keep it simple. The orgasm effect and the fast effect. Fast, you know, meaning like withstanding, you know, no pain, no gain kind of effect, I guess you could call it. The orgasm effect, you know, which is your fried foods, salty, sugary, unnatural caffeine, high carbs, and I'm going to talk about rest and afterwards. But, you know, all these things, gives you a spike in the feel good chemicals, but then right after, right when it hits your stomach, you feel like shit, or right when it wears off, it feels like you feel like shit. Your fast effect, your greens, your fruits, it you may not like the taste of it at first, but you get used to it after a while once you continue and create a habit of it. And in the long term, it's gonna increase your health and energy levels and all that. Your natural caffeines, these can be found in teas. I think green tea has like 4 times as much caffeine than your coffee does, your average cup of Joe. So mix in healthier teas, man, and high alkaline diets, rather than high carbs. How high alkaline is like water-based foods, like your greens and fruits. All right, because your body is made up 70% of water, so should your diet. A lot of people think that just by drinking a lot of water, your body will balance out, which is true, but a lot of the problem with that is that people aren't eating their water, because things with your greens and your fruits, they when you those are high in alkaline, and they are also, when you eat it retains it too. It keeps it in your body longer. But when you drink water, that's just like kind of flushing out your urinary system. When eating it, flushes out much more. Rest and workout. And what I mean by, rest falling under the orgasm effect is like, I'll work out later. Like, yeah, right now it may feel good to rest, but if you continue in it, then, you're going to feel like shit. If you work out now, yeah, it's going to suck, while you work out. But every time, me personally, every time after I leave the gym, I always feel good about myself. Right? Yeah, you might be sore the next day, but if you make it a habit, you won't get as sore the next time you work out. Like, if you work out, usually that soreness lasts about 3 days. If you can get past the 4th day, then you won't be as sore if you continue to work out every day, or 5 times out of the week. And these are just some herbs that I suggest. These all reduce stress, and stress, kills your energy, makes you anxious. Kind of has like a whole cycle of effects. And then if you reduce it, it will have a whole cycle of good positive effects. So these two kind of do the same thing. They have a bunch of positive effects. I'll start with these two. Because they reduce stress, they'll increase your testosterone. They increase your metabolic rate, which is good for weight loss. I've noticed when I've taken these, I naturally just started getting leaner muscle. When I work out, like I haven't really been working out that much, but the brother asked me like if I've been working out. I was like, not really, not as much as like I'd like to be, but just by taking these, they just kind of put on a leaner tone on you. And then of course when these help your energy levels, especially if you exercise. The thing I notice about herbs is herbs don't have like what do you call them, drug effects. It's not like you take one and then you just the side effects automatically kick in. No, you take them and then you still have to have that habits, those positive habits. They help with your habits, and your habits help these kick in. So I mean, when you take this, it's gonna motivate you more to exercise, and when you exercise, they're gonna benefit the effects of this. Lemon balm. This is something that like I take these in the morning. This I take at night because this has when this releases stress, it's more of like a calming effect and gives and like relaxes you and gets you ready for the night kind of. But you know that's all I had. Another thing too is a proper multivitamin. Multivitamin goes a long way because the food we eat does not have any damn near doesn't have any nutritional value, and you don't get as much vitamins as you would in the ancient world when you ate natural foods. A lot of the foods we eat are GMO. Even if they have the organic label on it, you're not gonna get that much nutritional value from the foods we eat today. So a good multivitamin, you know, something with a lot of B B3, B6, B12, omega, you know, all the vitamins, man, just all of them. But with that, I hope this video was edifying and not so overwhelming. I know I said a lot. I tried to, you know, rush through it. I tried to keep it short, but I hope this was edifying and, you know, it helps a lot of brothers that are battling with that an unbalance and what was I'm blanking, slack it. I hope it helps brothers battle with that lethargic demon. That's what I was trying to fish for. But that shalom.